Alright, quick Civic update. It is running as you saw at the end of the other video, and I was faced with a dilemma here because this newer computer, OBD2, runs the automatic trans, and you can swap to a OBD1 and then you lose transmission control. So I would have to swap the whole thing to a manual, which, you know, doesn't sound too difficult, but I have to get all these nitpicky parts, and I just thought it'd be funny to use stuff I have laying around because this is the cheap build, right? It's all free shit. I had a Microsquirt laying around, so what I did was I put a 3-bar map on, I left the stock stuff on, I tapped the TPS, I put a Chevy coolant temp sensor on it and tied into the injectors, and I figure I'll run it on low boost, obviously high octane gas like 93, and I'll use the stock ignition table, which might be a little high, but we'll see. And I will just tune the fuel with the stock injectors, run 8 or 10 pounds and see how it does for fun. And if the motor comes apart, if the tranny comes apart, whatever, we'll figure it out then. But for fun and for everything that I have for free, I feel like that's the easiest solution. So I have it running right now. Let's as you can see, the Microsquirt is running it. Just fuel only. I just took the tach output wire, like this would go to a tachometer in the dash. Grabbed that from Chris Ortiz. I'm like, which is the tach out wire? Wired it in as a tach input using fuel only. Tied it into the injectors, and then what I want to do is to get accurate coolant temp, you're kind of screwed. So my friend gave me this, like, to add a temperature gauge. He just had it as a spare part laying around. So I drilled it out and ran not the right size tap through it, but a tap, and I'm going to cut the coolant hose and band clamp this on so it's getting a mostly accurate coolant reading. So that'll be our fun for now. So I guess I should try to pop this rad cap and see if we have pressure. I can't remember how long it's been running, and I don't want to cut that hose open and get fucking showered from that end, so we might as well try. Yeah. Oh, it is full. There is coolant in it. There is coolant in it. This thing's stupid low, needlessly low. Alright, let's slice with Mr. Razor Blade straight into this thing. Alright, I got plenty of length for this guy. We'll put it in the straighter spot. Yeah, we'll just knife this bitch open. Look at that. That's fairly warm. Am I catching most of it? Warm. Definitely warmer than the mostly ambient temperature I'm seeing, because I just have the sensor laying there. So definitely got to get it in for accurate fueling. So what's cool is I can see how much boost we're going to run. I can accurately fuel those injectors, see how far the stockers go, stock pump, everything, you know. Could be a neat little experiment. Oh, it's hot. Should have done it when it was cold. Douchebag. So yeah, sorry I didn't document this. This was a lot of trial and error. I was wondering if this stuff was going to work. So I even have wire nuts on the injectors. But it is proving like it's going to work. So I'm going to continue on doing it for now. And if I get a manual transmission, not if, probably when I swap it, I have that clutch, I can do the manual. I might just rip all the wiring out, and even though this will be a cheap build, at that point I'll just say fuck it. Like, they sell like already pre-made harnesses, like LS swap, like Rye wire or Ray wire, or there's tons of those companies. They sell like a completely tucked harness for like 400 bucks. Incredible. So I would just get that and a manual and dump everything in and go kind of nuts and have some fun. Maybe, you know, that's an upgrade path. Because even then, it's inexpensive. It never gets expensive at that point. And what's cool is, you know, you can sell it for like what you bought it for. It's not like, because at that point I really like Hondata and a standalone harness to clean everything up, just throw everything out. All right, I got my hose clamps here. Got to open them up a little bit. It is balls hot again. I think I'm about ready to install air conditioning in my garage. It is so hot. I think I'm going to replace my 1920s windows and put an AC unit in. Oh no, it needs to be bigger. Should I put it in the front one? Am I that big of a douchebag? You asshole. This one's a better option. Let's just cut this one open too while we're at it. Let's just fucking cut them both wide open. Razor the width of this out of this. Don't forget your clamps. Jeez. That is back together. This is a whole other nightmare I created for myself. I might make it. That is going to be a sight to see. Oh no. Saved from being an idiot till the motor rocks and rips it out. Alright. Front bumper on the fucking ground. Joke. Dump the bugs and everything right back in. We want the bugs and the acorns inside. Okay, quick, funny update. I think I gotta check out my ignition system. Gap my spark plugs a little bit tighter, most likely. But I'm out here. I'm out here making boost. Funny enough, now it's starting to rain. I got my fucking sunroof open. How do I close this shit? There we go. Let's see how bad my wipers are. Oh no. Alright, I'm struggling. Wipers are on, can't see shit. Driver's window. Oh, almost up, almost all the way up. Anyway, look at this fucking windshield. This windshield's ruined. What an adventure. Super rich in spots, obviously. I mean, I'm driving at night, I can't see a fucking thing. I'm trying to fuck with the laptop and do a quick video update, but how funny is this? That's on stock injectors, stock fuel pump, stock ignition map. All I'm doing is tuning the fuel only with the Microsquirt. See, I'm getting RPM errors too. It's showing like some crazy RPMs all over the place. So, wonder what I gotta do with that. Sounds good. Yeah, RPM's swinging all over. That's what's going on. I gotta figure out why I'm getting so much RPM interference. Once I straighten that out, she'll be mint. This thing spools up pretty quick. I'm impressed. It lights off in like the 2000 range. I'm bouncing like a piece of shit, like this piece of shit is. But not bad, not bad. Yeah, way too much RPM bouncing around. Look at it. Look at it. That's giving me issues right there. Let's drop her back down into third. Oh my God. Lots of compressor surge. I'll tell you what, it feels pretty good, automatic turbo Civic. Torquey as hell. Oh yeah, listen to that thing. What a beast. Alright, so in closing, we're not at the end, but we're getting there. It already is making about 8 pounds of boost. It hasn't blown up. I have a funny ignition interruption on my wiring, or the ignition is actually not great. I know when I first got this, it was stumbling a little bit, and I fixed it. Had some horrible grounds in the engine bay. I fixed them and it got better. I don't know if it's pissed off about something else. I know it's missing an inlet temp sensor here, and there's some other stuff going on with the car. I should check the codes. It has a whole bunch of codes. It's in limp mode. It won't go into VTEC. All of that stuff before from the dyno might be what's causing the ignition interruption. Also, it might be because the stock computer is seeing manifold pressure. It's maxing out the map sensor, and it could be trying to shut off the ignition. I don't know. There could be a lot. Maybe you guys can weigh in on that. Funny, funny how it's doing so far with this, like all this cobbled shit I just had laying around. So let me know what you think, and I'm gonna try to figure it out. I just took all the plugs out and tightened up the spark gap, see if that helps it out. I just think it has some sort of funny interruption, because with the RPM dancing all over in the input to the Microsquirt, it's certainly gonna throw fueling all over the place, and that's what's gonna make it run funny. But almost there, doing pretty good, pretty happy with it. Look at that fucking jumble. I just took my spare wiring harness and Microsquirt from my Grom and jammed it in there. Anyway, pretty happy with it so far. Let's see where it gets us.